Hello. I bet you never thought this was going to happen. Honestly, I wasn't entirely sure it was going to happen either. Let me just quickly make sure the stream is actually live as per usual, and then I'll do the little spiel at the start just to make sure everyone's caught up with what we're doing. Right, here we go. If you're unfamiliar who I am, my name is Matt Bressington, as you can tell by the channel name. I think this is going to get a little bit of traction because it's the London Monarchs, right? It's naturally. It's going to get a little bit of attention. It's been quite hyped for a while. Now, if you don't know who I am, I've been in the scene for a minute. I'm a scout in Europe. I've scouted the Dutch national team. I've done some work with some ELF teams, some Swedish league teams, some GFL teams. Of course, two-time national championship winner with UE. Hopefully 3 times after this year, another three-peat. I'm pretty well versed in this, I feel. You know, some people may disagree. Astoundingly so. But here we have the London Monarchs. Now, if you don't know the London Monarchs, big, rich history. NFL Europe days. ELF is in full swing now. It's probably the most requested thing I've ever had on this channel. And people talk to me about it all the time. They say about London Monarchs and stuff like that. This team ain't real. I made that very clear very early. This is just me hypothesizing. This isn't a real team. I don't own the rights to it. I don't have any say in this. I don't know if it's happening. I haven't got any word of if it's happening now, or if it's happening in a year, or if it's happening from 2 years. I do not know. I know nothing about the actual making of this team. Right? So I want to make that clear, because people will ask. And what we're going to do, because I recorded this once, and I can show you the files if you desperately want to see. I recorded this already. I recorded this as an hour-long, 9-minute kind of Brett Coleman-style thing. But because I'm not Brett Coleman, it was incredibly boring. So what we're going to do, we're going to live stream. We're going to watch some tape, and we're going to decide together how we're going to build this team. First and foremost, what's up, Cadded? You are not a quarterback. So we're going to start with quarterbacks, and each stream will be going through some tape, watching some guys, and just fleshing out this hypothetical roster. Obviously, we're going to spend an A at quarterback, as every team does. We've got our little thing at the top, as you can see, over here, which is pretty cool. And then when we do, we're going to add names onto it. Yeah, I mean, it's not. Again, I want to make it clear. As far as I am aware, the London Monarchs are not going to be a thing next season, but that's just me, because of a ton of issues. I also, previously to this, did a whole coaching staff part, and I'm not going to do that today because that shit was boring as well. What we do need to do is kind of figure out what scheme we're going to run. Now, because of the UK, honestly, the receivers in the UK aren't great. I'm going to be honest. It's not a great receiver crop. Like, it's just not overall. So I think we've got to go with more of a running game. Of course, the running backs are insane. We have a ton of quarterbacks that we could watch, right? There's a load of guys. This is all just the Americans. We have about 62 Americans. Obviously, I'm not going to look through all of them. We have a couple of guys at the bottom here as well. I think we need someone mobile. So I want to start by maybe watching some of Carlton Aiken. I'm a big Carlton Aiken fan, so maybe we watch some Heltvik Mercenaries tape. I like Chris Helbig. He's not maybe what you'd quote as a mobile guy, but he is really effective, and I like him. What's up, Sam? Yeah, you're gonna be here, bro. Don't worry. I'll fit you in. Keontae Allen could be one. Like we've got a ton of options at quarterback, and that's gonna be kind of difficult to narrow down. I want to watch mostly ELF tape because I don't know if I can watch GFL tape realistically, but also I don't want to be like trying to get some of these guys that are already with teams. It'd be kind of weird to kind of bring them into my team without asking them. But I do want to watch some Mercs tape. We're going to make some notes. We got 5 spots, a few different places we could go with it, but we're going to start, I think, with Carlton, because I think, again, we need to go mobile with this. This is, on my original one, you know what, actually? I think I might start with some Jalen Henderson. I might say, fuck it. Let me see if I can go on this. Let me just see. I don't read, we're going to go with that. I'm going to see if I get copyright struck. I've got this game saved, and we can watch some Jalen Henderson tape. But this might get copyrighted by the GFL. I'm not affiliated with the GFL at all. And also, have they fixed the skipping issue? No, they have not fixed the skipping issue. So we're gonna have to like manually scroll through some of this. And as you can tell, there isn't anything that comes up on the bottom of this either, which is incredibly annoying. Narrow that all the way down. This is why streaming in the GFL is really difficult. Let me know if that audio is like horrendous as well, because it sounds pretty horrendous from my end. And this is just a game I have pre-saved from this season. Alright, what's going to go with this? Jalen Henderson is, of course, if you don't know who he is, he's kind of lighting up the GFL at the moment with Potsdam. He's been doing it for a number of years. He's widely considered as the best quarterback that isn't in the ELF. In Europe, obviously. Obviously. But if you can hear the commentary, I can mute it. But, oh damn. Oh. But unfortunately, it's kind of hard to skip to the Jalen part. Because of just the tape. Oh my god, can you imagine a Uni Bowl draft? Oh my god, what? That would have so... Right, here we go. Jalen. Huge name in Europe, played in Japan. He's been here for a while, but he's a phenomenally accurate quarterback. His poise as well. I mean, that's also someone we're going to look at in the future. Is Pedro. Yeah, literally. Special team is going to be a difficult one to evaluate. Because you've got to watch some punted highlights, which isn't going to be the most entertaining, I can't lie. No offense to my my special teams guys, but another Brit there, Amrit. We're going to be going, there's a lot of British guys in the GFL. I'm so used to being able to skip. But I hate not being able to skip. So it's gonna be a while. If anyone is watching from the GFL or from the website, please add a fight. Wait, what if I do like? No, even like L, which is usually like a 10-second skip. Even that doesn't work. I have no idea how much he's on. No idea at all. Yeah. But I do wish they had a skip button, I really do. It is really loud. I'll lower it again, because it's incredibly loud. Unibot draft would be horrendous. Funny, but pretty horrendous. I think Jalen Henderson's kind of the obvious pick, because he is so good, and he has been so good this season all the way through. I'll remove my mouse just so it's not hovering over. The problem is that it's a big step up from the GFL to the ELF, in all honesty. Some people will disagree. But he's accurate, he's extremely poised. He's mobile as well. And he has a connection already with some of the British receivers that I would want to bring in. He's a big name too. He is a big name. People know who Jalen Henderson is. And he's not that old either. I don't think he's that old. So he could be a franchise. But again, I really hate not being able to skip this. Like, I don't need to watch this stuff. Please, GFL, please. Add a skip button. I'm begging you, use the skip button. London Monarchs and only Rowan time Loughborough. Well, he's not a Loughborough anymore. No, he went. He's at He was at Leeds. Thomas Jenkins, another Brit. No, I'm thinking of Tom Jones. My bad. Apologies, Tom Jones. We will be watching some Tom Jones tape at some point during the overall. This is gonna be a while. Like, this is gonna be me watching tape for quite a while, and a couple of different guys, obviously. But naturally, we can't skip, so that's gonna be extending the time for a while. And I'm gonna show all the ads, obviously, because I don't want people to get angry at me when it comes to GFL officials. But while we do, we can write down some other names. We can have a little pre-notes. So Henderson is the obvious pick, or obvious, like, option. I think we need someone mobile because we have such good running backs. It could be pretty brutal to have that as a combination. I think Aiken is in the conversation. We need to look at least a couple British guys. So we'll watch probably Manchester and London. Maybe Bristol too. Of course, it'll be easier to bring in someone from from London if this is a Monarchs team. And then some other UK names that maybe aren't in those. We'll watch some older tape kind of dotted around. And again, if people do want to send suggestions, I'm happy with that. If people want to comment people they want me to watch, that's fine. Yeah, Tom's a baller. Yeah, Tom's a serious baller. He goes very under the radar, but he's athletic, he's explosive. He was what? I think he was Academy Offensive Player of the Year when he was there too. Like, he's a serious candidate. It's just a shame that, honestly, I know I've said it about 100 times. It's a shame that the GFL pods, like the Potsdam rules, are so stacked up, just due to the import rules. Because sometimes players like Tom Jones don't get like, flashed as much as I think they should, because they're excellent players. Right, I'm going to attempt to skip some of this. There we go. Oh, look at that. On timing. But a lot of people have never really seen Jalen if they only watch the ELF tape. But I believe he's thrown one interception this year. And I want to say he's over 50 touchdowns, which is absurd. So I think he kind of has to be our number one, right? I don't think we need to watch a ton of his tape to realize that he's probably the best quarterback outside the ELF. So let's just knock him in at number one. We're going to try something out. There we go. Look at that. I've figured it out. I've figured out how to have typing on OBS. Ooh. Got stopped out, to be fair. We'll watch a little bit more of this game, but because of how shit the streaming is for the GFL, it's kind of a challenge. I do really wish you could just skip ahead. I'm just getting quite good at guessing the length of time it takes. 4th and 2 here, though. Easy to like. Yeah, it really would be. It would be grim. It would be grim. I imagine you had to have the bottom league team start first too, and we would be the last pick out of every single university. Grim. Nasty work. Who will be the first overall British guy? That's the question. Right, let's skip ahead. Watch a couple more drives. But we got to guess, obviously, where they are. Which I despise. Oh shit. There's a problem. I can't see, because neither they also don't have like a a mini viewer, you know. Okay, here we'll start from here because I think this is a punt. Yeah, there we go. So we'll start from here. Would you there? Would you there, or would it be a defensive end? Usually trenches come first before secondaries. And we got a British guy because the uni's a hard one to to draft from. Nice return there. And I experienced a short field. It's a nice crowd too. Yeah, that's very true. But again, it depends because a lot of the UE guys are only there for 1 year. The A, 2 A's. I mean, would you be there? That's what I'm saying. Like, a corner first overall would be pretty unprecedented. Maybe even. Have you seen UK kicking though? Some of the UK kicking is fucking terrible. And I will be watching some Aiken tape, and it definitely ain't because I also still need to watch some Spiller tape, and I'll be watching it at the same time. Maybe. But also it's like what Aiken brings. I think he's underrated. I think he could do some damage with the team that we're going to make up as well. It is a factor, though, that he is so much better, and his team is so much better than pretty much everyone else. It's definitely something to consider, because like people who say the competition doesn't matter, it absolutely does. You need to take into account the competition he's playing. And his stats are ridiculous. Well, I mean, have a look at his quick stats. Because his stats are unreal. So, I believe he's like 50-1. Yeah, so let me pause this. So here's what we're working with. An 82% completion rate. Which is one of the most monstrous things I have ever seen. 376 passing yards per game, 12 yards an attempt pretty much. Yeah, so 55, this is just his passing by the way. 55 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. If people ever compare the GFL with the ELF, unreal. Unreal. His passion efficiency is obviously super high. We look at his game log. The worst accuracy he's had this game was 72%. The worst accuracy. Is one. Look at these numbers and tell me this is reasonable. 88%, 83%, 76%. Pretty much dotted around. His worst game was against Berlin and Adler. He's beating all the teams. And again, GFL is the real league. ELF is too wide in scoreline. It's the same thing. In fact, it's more. So, yeah. He's only taken a couple sacks as well, which speaks to his O-line. Also speaks to his rushing. And if we look at his rushing numbers, 214 yards against Dresden. He's only fumbled the ball once. He had 5 rushing touchdowns against Dresden. He also had a rushing touchdown in this game. So he is up over 60 touchdowns with only about 2 turnovers. So, that's pretty mental. That's pretty mental. I think he's the kind of obvious guy that I would take. Has he caught any balls? No. What about returning? All-purpose yards-wise, is doing quite well, I feel. It's just unreal. Like, these passing numbers are some of the craziest passing numbers I think that Europe has ever seen. Even if you go back to, like, the ages where you had a couple of really good Americans, maybe not as good developed European teams. This is unreal numbers. So he's got to kind of be the guy that you would want in your team. And of course there are some other guys to mention when it comes to the GFL, and some really solid passing leaders. Let me just filter out, like, quarterbacks are kind of tearing up, but look at that. Look at the difference between him and everyone else. Unreal. Unreal. One interception. It still blows my mind. Like, his efficiency numbers are unbelievable. So he's a clear number one. So if I'm making my team, I'm kind of locking him in to be my A spot. I do want to look at Carwin because I like him. I think he's a good quarterback. He kind of offers a little bit of what Jalen can offer in terms of mobility. Accuracy isn't at the same level, obviously. We got to take a look at his offensive line. We got to talk about like the team overall. But if we look at his passing numbers, we'll go in here. We want that. So Edwards, I think, is kind of locked in at Paris. I got to think relatively realistically. I think Sullivan, he's locked in. Chad, we want someone mobile, and Chad, Steven, Riley, they're all fairly mobile, but probably not going to fit into this. We could look at Isaiah. We could look at Carton. We could look at Nkosi, but I kind of feel like he's found a really good home there in Tyrrell. Maybe someone like Javarian Smith, Levi Lewis, but Levi didn't have a great game or a great year. I'm torn between Carton and Isaiah. Carton has been more efficient, less interceptions, a couple less touchdowns, but also better on the ground, I think, than Weed is. What about in terms of rushing? Because obviously Edwards is carrying the quarterback. Okay, crazy. Yeah, Carton Aiken has 600 passing yards, which is insane. Oh, it's 600 rushing rather. No. I'll be real. I don't think it's going to happen next year. I might be wrong again. I said in the intro, I'm not with the team, or I've not been approached about the team or anything. And I feel like I would have heard there is going to be a team in London if there was. I might be wrong, but you never know. But yeah, I'm going to watch Carton Aiken. I think Aiken's a better quarterback than Weed. Hot take. But we'll go with it. We'll watch some of that. Again, I do need to watch some Spiller tapes. So am I killing two birds with one stone? Yes. Am I going to be tracking Spiller's routes? No. We are going to look at some Merck's tape. I actually do have permission to use the Merck's film, which is important. Let's actually have a look at the game that he played. I know he's been out for a couple of games, so I don't want to waste time not looking at a game that he's actually in. I want to get a good idea of what his passing is. So 42 attempts in week 5. No touchdowns. 1 interception. Getting accuracy numbers. Not great. It's obviously not Jalen's. But again, you've got to consider the team that he's playing on. Like, he is playing on a team that had defensive backs playing at receiver. And am I going to get kind of annoyed watching some of this? Probably. We'll go for week 5 anyway. Against the Raiders Tyrrell. Because this was a decent game. Ah, speak of the devil. There we go. So coming into this game, not the best. Oh yeah, this game was delayed. See, take notes. People, if you're in the GFL and you're watching this, take notes so I can actually see what's going on down here. I can do this. Please. It makes the GFL unwatchable, honestly. I would do so much more stuff and evals on players around that league if I could actually fucking watch the tape like a normal person.
An hour or so ago was that drawing lines.
There we go. Legalize it, man. You do what you want to do. Oh, wait. This was the game with the rainstorm. I don't think this is the game to watch. Because this is a game where like the markings of the field got like ripped off,
Outside of Ulus.
as you can tell. This ain't the game to watch. Because the markings literally got ripped off the field just before. This is week 3. I'd rather watch the week. We can watch this game. It was a close game. It was a very good offensive game, but that could give us some insight into what's going on. This was a weird one because he had an AFB on the out route on the first drive, if I remember correctly.
End over end kick bounces around into the end zone, and that will be a touchback.
To lower the.
That's how we get this party started.
No deal with you a little bit. Now we just skim, man. Just skim through. Look, I don't need to worry about it. GFL, please take notes that this is something that you can do. Please. See, I don't even know if you're like making a joke or if you actually do like the quarterback. That's kind of the problem with Isaiah's last name is you never really know. All right, so we're gonna skip to Aiken. Because he's a dude that I would be interested in. Yeah, it really is. Like, there are some serious ballers in this team, even this early in the season. Like, Zach Blair is a monster. People don't talk about him enough. Such a good player. Yeah, Gabrielle. I'm not sure if Gabrielle's there. I saw something on his story that made it seem like he left the team, but I don't know. But the interior defensive lineman, Brazilian. Pretty nasty, but there we go. That's what I mean. Again, accuracy. That's just straight up a drop. And his offensive line has been horrible all year. So, grading Aiken has been kind of a difficult one. Because that's a perfectly reasonable pass. Just drops it. And his running ability is I dare say unparalleled. If I do like week 4, which one? Week 4 was you, but again, I need QBs first. There's no point adding me in like later in. You're not a QB candidate. I know you played when you were a kid. It's not the same. I've already made the short on you when I was talking about the team, so I kind of feel like you know you're going to be in there. Yeah, man, you are right. You are right. I'm not sure what numbers. I've heard numbers, but yeah, you are damn right. I'm going to have to pay big bucks for him. But if we're going to be... oh, that's a good shout, actually. We'll watch some strong tape. That's a real good shout. I'm going to write that down. He is an A, though. I don't think he caught that. Did he catch that? I don't think he caught that. That was Spiller as well, so let me watch that. Was that Spiller? No, that wasn't Spiller. Like, Aiken's got an arm. I don't think anyone could deny that. It was just, what, 46 yards, just, obviously it's not Luke Zaradka, but still pretty good. True, but strong. He's also British as well, so if we're talking about, like, getting players in that would be a little bit easier. I mean, he's going to play for the British national team, like, kind of mad. It would be easier to bring him in. I mean, he's definitely a shout. This is the out route to AFB, right? In a minute. Because the offensive line again is a tough one. Oh no, out. It's gonna come. There we. No, next play. I skipped that way too quickly. I should have watched that play. What happened there? They're sending the heat. I mean, look at how quick Zach Blair is through the middle there. Just, whoop. That's impossible, right? I ain't gonna even comment on that one, bro. There's actually quite a lot of good corners. I know a lot of people were saying about the corners not being great in the UK. I definitely disagree. There's some real good corners in the UK. But then some of them are still in college, that's the thing. Oh my god, this was a long this was a long trip to the red zone, Jesus. Now we're gonna get the AFB out? There we go. Like, that's a gorgeous pass. Look at that. Whoop. And that showed that this pass to me was when I became a Carl Naken fan. Because, like, this is a beautiful pass. I know I've replayed it about 6 times. But just look at the touch on that ball. Just whoop, rub the fingertips, dink in the fucking basket. Outstanding. Outstanding. And obviously it's AFB, so he's a baller. Look at this. Just think. Ah, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. So I think he is a player that I would definitely be in. We're gonna go, oh, we get to watch some retro Raiders tape, and we get to watch some retro Berlin tape. Look at Calvin Stett. It's gonna be great shit, man. We're getting retro with this. I feel like I've just been given like the whole. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna put Carl Naken in. I know I don't watch the whole game. We didn't watch. We know how good Carl Naken is. I don't want to misspell. Gotta make sure. There we go. Again, we can't have all of these guys, but it's important to have options, you know. I should put C Aiken, shouldn't I? There we go. Right. Now we go watch some Raiders tape. Some old Raiders tape. Some like 2023 tape. Let's have a look at his numbers real quick. British. Yeah, he's over. Yeah. He's Christian Strong's going to start with us. Everyone. If they don't start Christian Strong in the GB game, they're absolutely fucking crazy. He's 6'5", 225. A decent to above average accuracy. 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Canadian, British, I believe. It says American. I could have swore he was a Canadian. But I know for a fact he has a British passport. So Raiders tape. Here we go. Somewhere Ricardo was happy. Not sure how much of a fan he was when Strong was playing. Also, Game Pass, man. If you want to get Game Pass, this is my my obligatory ad for like. This isn't sponsored, but considering I work for the league on the LF Live, and we provide the Game Pass, this is the shit you get with Game Pass. You get full games from every single season. You get all the highlights you would ever want. Like, this is great. Tell me this ain't great. I'll go back and watch some Christian Strong tape. What week did he... Right, so he played 1 through 8. Oh, it's important to see matchups as well. Yeah, he's Canadian. There we go, Ricardo. So, it's important to look at matchups. So you've got to remember who he was playing against. Week 1 against Madrid Raven. That was a shootout of a game. That was a really good game. Who did the Ravens have that year at DB? They had Darius, but Darius got hurt in that game, I believe. So, tough one, but did go really, really well. Stuttgart in a championship game, didn't do great there. Maybe watch a Vienna game. He kind of did balance, but had some good accuracy. Threw a pick. That could be interesting. I'm going to go week 6. I want to see him play against Vienna, because Vienna had a really good team. Vienna have a really good team every year, but you get the point. I don't want the English, just because. Yeah, Strong's a baller. Just give me one more day. I ain't asking for I ain't asking for a month. Just give me one more day. Lower that down. Oh man, this is gonna be such a throwback. I'm so excited. He did play it. We might watch it. But Vienna, I feel like it's something different with the Vienna rivalry. And I feel like this was when he was on, maybe not a hot seat. You'll be able to provide more insight. Not sure how much you can really say on this situation, but we get to see. Oh, we get to see Jarvis. We get to see Jarvis tape. Oh man, I'm like a child in a candy store. We got Lucky, Ben Straight, that I knew about, but people didn't think he would be as good as he is. But he's had amazing development so far. Jarvis McClam in Raiders. It just looks better. When I think of a Raiders player, I still think of Jarvis McClam. I know he was only there for like half a year, but I don't know why. He was just so iconic when he was there. It's kind of hard to like him to not be on there for me. He would generally be a player I'd be interested in maybe bringing in. See against the Surge. See how strong he plays without Jarvis. Good call. We might have a little look at both. We'll watch a little bit of this one to see how he does with Jarvis. He was mic'd up. That's cool. And we'll see how he does without Jarvis as well. Oh, this feels so weird watching about this game. I haven't watched this game in months. Yeah, literally. Like, it feels so weird. This was like a year ago. But like, it feels like such a long time ago. But it really wasn't. Right, short. There's Jarvis, number 5. That's strong. This was a good Vienna defense as well, so that's what I mentioned. Little pop pass to Jarvis. Because he had a mixed game. He was pretty accurate when the accuracy is screens and little pop passes. But I feel like if we're running a team in London, it would be pretty similar to how they run it in this scheme. Nice, can't complain. It's a good pass. Also, didn't Marco had a really good year in this year. Marco Schneider got like 600 yards this season, I'm pretty sure. So he doesn't just use one player. He spreads the ball out, and the Raiders do have a very like... Oh, that's Bonai. I love this commentator so much, by the way. But like, Bonatti was so good last year, and people were like, oh, you know, they're going to lose Sandro. They didn't have Sandro for the majority this year. Bonatti was just carrying that team for a long portion. Exactly like the commentator just said, you know. Word for word, bar for bar. They had a better offensive line too, because they got Steven Nielsen, who was an absolute monster. Or is that Nielsen? Is Nielsen playing right? Nielsen might play right. Either way, the Raiders do have a very clear identity still. Jarvis lined up in the backfield. Strong out being able to... I haven't really been asked to do too much yet. Yeah, it was I can't remember the score line. Obviously, the Vikings won. Yeah, he was playing right tackle in this one. But I can't remember what the scoreline was. But there was a ton of running in this game. And we're still in the first drive. And we're like still 8.5 minutes. Yeah, Raiders now to produce a running back. I imagine, what, Bonatti, I imagine. He's got like a... He's got big legs. He's got a big lower half, right? Funny. But he does have pretty stacked lower half. There we go. Let's have a look at this. I mean, that's a fucking dime, right? We'll have a look in the slow-mo. But that's a fucking dime. Not the easiest thing to see at the moment. Yep, Toby Letman, he did. Not sure if he's still in the team for this one. I know he went to the CFL, but it might be him there at 71. Look at that. Dime. Incomplete pass, but still a dime. This year he's at Paris, but yeah, he played for them. He played for them. It's a dime. It's a real good catch. Is that Jarvie? Yeah, of course it fucking was. Of course it is. Look at that, man.
You almost feel like you ought to pass a hat and make it pay extra every time he gets his hands on the ball.
I love this commentator so much. He's great. Look at this.
Well, in Australian rules football, this would be called a specky because he climbed the ladder to get up after it.
Dink.
Paid the price too.
Oh man, Jarvis, you're a fucking phenom. They're gonna challenge that? Why are they challenging that? That's a weird challenge, right? I don't really care too much. Yeah, there we go. That was weird call. Oh, Toby did? That makes sense. I know he's on the field now. So that they got Middendorfer still. He's in there. So it's a good offensive line. It was a good team. Also, it's a little bit weird though. The catch was pressing Mike. I'm not surprised. I was a little bit surprised. Like, oh well, I wasn't a little bit surprised. At the time, I was majorly surprised by the fact they let Strong go and Jarvis go. And I don't know the whole politics behind it, but I was really surprised. He's not as mobile as our other options. He's obviously more accurate than Aiken, but less mobile than Aiken. And then Henderson is kind of just a combination of both, right? But Strong isn't, you know, he's got decent accuracy, but he's nothing above the 70s. 64% he was last time. Calm in the pocket, picks his spots, you know. That's what we want. Shame. It is a shame, because I loved him in this team. He was so iconic. Let's step up. Look at that. That's nice. I love that. Watch that again. That's a real nice play. Great pocket feel. Just steps up. Keeps his eyes downfield. Picks his spot. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm a big Chris Strong fan. Kind of surprised he can go back into the ELF this year. I would have liked to have seen him there. I'm surprised he didn't get... He might have got offered. You know, I don't know Chris personally, but he might have got offered. We got some options there, man. Oh, should I do a little bit of a poll? Then again, if I start doing polls on Instagram, I feel like people would think it was real. If I put like a... Okay. I'll put a poll up on Instagram of the guys that we select here. We'll get 4 Americans, because we gotta watch Strong. Yeah, I'm a strong guy. I'm a strong guy. We'll get 4 Americans. We'll do a poll. I'll make it very clear that this ain't real, because I have to make that so clear. You would not believe how many people message me whenever I put stories up about like, oh, is this real? You would not believe it. Every time. Even today when I put the picture up of the posters. Is this real? No. Oh, is this finally happened? No. It's just hypothetical. That's why I put it in the story as well, just to make sure. But we'll get 4 guys. I think Calvin Stitt is the guy that would be... Yeah, I thought about post. I did do a post a while back. Of like the team. I've done this before. That's the thing. I've done the London Monarchs rebuild before. Brother, you think I can afford a website? This ain't the ELF funded, man. This is just me. I would love to know how Maxi does the that poll. Like when I was doing the ELF live on my own, that poll with the MVP was awesome. I would love to know how he did that. Don't care about the Khaled option. It is an option. It's one that I would consider. For a corner, absolutely. For corner, I don't really have a question. I think that you would be starting for me. But for quarterback, no offense. If you've got any tape from quarterback, I'd happily watch it. So look at this pass over to Wayward out the back of the sideline. Yeah, no, man. Go in. Go in. I wish it was. I wish it was. But as I said, I feel like if there was a team, I might have known by now. Good pass. You definitely would have known, and I feel like we would have told each other. But, yeah, it's kind of going. It's just so expensive. Yeah, but if I ask people to go on a website, they're less likely to do it. If I go on a poll, people will, on my Instagram, people will vote on the poll, you know? Oh, this is just a stream issue. This isn't me, this is literally, you can still see the clocks ticking down. Like, if I did a website, people wouldn't go to the website. But if I did a poll on my Instagram, you know, I got a few followers, people would actually do it. Lamar 3.0. Lamar played at Louisville as a quarterback. Like, he was never a DB when he was playing in college. Like, this is such a weird throwback. This feels like it was yesterday, but at the same time, it feels like it was years ago. Yeah, you get me. Plus, people will see the poll and they'll be like, oh, I want to get involved with that. And then they'll join stream. That's the idea. But Strong, as you got a good running game in this team. Like that pass, I know that the angle ain't great. But if you see where he is, he probably should be making that pass. Now I'm covering it a little bit, but you can kind of see the pass kind of dies before he gets there. Not the most accurate. I made myself a little bit smaller. Yeah, Schneider's a fucking Raiders legend at this point. I know he's still young, but I think if you give Chris Strong a good running game, a strong running game, he could be one of the better quarterbacks in there. I'm just gonna put out there. What about that? You give Strong a real solid run game. Little bit done. Little bit thrown. Little. Let me move myself over here. Little bit under. But still. Flashes. He flashes the on. Alright, skip over the Vienna. No offense, Vienna. Sorry. D3 plus comma. Yeah, well, not mad at that. Not mad at that. People take so. Oh my god, I hate when people say about like being disrespectful. If you say someone's like a D3 guy, no, it ain't. It really ain't. Oh, that's a good question. Let's have a little look at those numbers actually, because I reckon Nkosi hasn't played 8, but Nkosi can't be far from 8. Give that a refresh while we go in. Nkosi can be far away from playing in 8 games. So we should have a decent sample size. Before I look at the numbers, my heart and my head are both telling me Strong. I built that up a little bit. Okay, so he's played 7 games, so that's decent. We can go off. We can go off for 7 games. I don't know why I clicked on games. We can go off for 7 games. So 7 games, 57. I'll zoom in a little bit. 7 games, 57 nearly. 10 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He's had 4 times, to be fair. And a quarterback rating of 75.81. And then Chris had more accuracy, more touchdowns, less than 7. I know he played one more game, but it is, a significant jump from 10 to 17, and from 9 to 7. Sacked a lot more times. Quarterback rating is better by quite a bit. I'm gonna have to go for Strong still. But of course, you got to factor in it because he's running with this. So we've got to look at his rushing stats because he is a great runner. So he's got an additional 366 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns, 2 fumbles, none of which he's lost. Strong Poe was also the coaching staff. Yeah, it's very different coaching staff, different receiver room as well. I would argue that Strong had a better receiver room. Yes, and offensive line, because Chafin is good, but he's not as good as Jarvis. Sweeten, we've only seen for a minute, but Jarvis was really, really good. And he also had the same receivers like Hahn and Platzkammer and Bonatti and Schneider. So a lot of that is still the same. Get my Euro players page or revamp. Agreed, you do, but need my tape from the season for that. Yeah, literally, man. Have you not been what? Hold on, this is just for Khaled. Have you not been watching ELF Live? Because if you did watch ELF Live, you would know we've got a bit of a discount code going on. We have a discount thing going on here with the Game Pass where you can watch all of the games in the playoffs for only 20 quid. I'm not an ad. This is not a sponsored video. But you can watch the ELF. There's like a 20 quid playoff like thing at the moment where you can actually do that for 20 quid. So that's pretty good. How many rushing yards did was Strong have? No, he wasn't a rusher guy. Yeah, only 24. Fumbled once. I am still gonna go for Strong over Perry. Let's add Christian Strong to our list. Baller. Right, name 3. See Strong. Add him in. It's now canon. He's part of our rebuild potentially. We got a couple guys. Who do we just say for another spot? I swear we said another American. Who's like another dude we could bring in? We've got Jaden, who is the accurate mobile guy who's taken a step up in competition. In a bad GFL. You got Carlton, very mobile, maybe not as good with his arm as someone like Christian Strong, who's a bit more accurate, a bit more pocket presence, but isn't as mobile. There's some very interesting players that I think we could take a look at. This is kind of what I wanted to do. I didn't go. I've got obviously my list of guys that are in Europe or around Europe or have played in Europe for a bit. There's not all of them. But there's definitely some interesting players that we could, take a stab at some point. Ryan Griffin there? I'm just saying. Oh, that would be so sick. Let's watch some Scorpion State. Yeah, let's watch some Scorpion State. First of all, we need the statistics. Because then we have a couple we have one from the current ELF, one from the old ELF, one from the GFL, one from the Italian League. That would be so sick. Right, individual leaders. Is this full season? Yeah. Right, so Ryan Griffin, we didn't know. Former NFL guy. Has a Super Bowl championship with the Buccaneers. Career, he's a backup career guy, but you have to be extremely talented to be a third string on the NFL team. If you're a third string on an NFL team, you're a top 100 quarterback in the world, and that's something to be extremely, extremely noted. So Ryan Griffin is a certified fucking baller. 71% accuracy, Let me zoom in a little bit just to see a bit easier. 71% accuracy, 25 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, efficient with the ball. He's obviously not a runner, but Ryan Griffin, baller. I'm excited to get into his tape actually. Efficiency was way higher than anyone else. You can have a little look at Salem there as well, of course. Now the Milano Seaman. He was playing with his brother, who graduated college. They both went to the Scorpions. Let me get some Scorpion. I'm gonna move everything over just in case my YouTube, because I've had it before, where like I'll go on YouTube and I'll have some weird ass ads that have anything to do with my stuff. Yeah, exactly. Like Drake being weird again. That's the by Anthony Fantano is the first thing that comes up, and if that, people will take that out of context. Right, let's go with get the Italian league up. FIDAF. So we need. Cozy could be a decent shout, but I think Ryan Griffin could be a really good one. Right, let's watch this one.
You'll find quality products you can trust.
I don't know how laggy it'll be. It should be alright. Let's skip ahead. Look at that though. Nice stadium. And he's against Parma too, who end up in the championship. There he is. Number 4. Bit mental, isn't it? Had a former NFL guy playing in the Italian league, which, although I say it sounds crazy, has happened a couple times. Not quarterback, but it has happened a couple times. NFL guys playing in Europe. Even drafted players. Damn, they went for a fucking... Oh my god. You've called the whistle. I love this commentary already. Just fucking leathered it at him. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, they got the ball back. That's a crazy play. We gotta skip over the drive, but that's a crazy play. Right. This was the, there we are, so first drive. Ryan Griffin. He would be really good for a lot of different reasons. Not just for experience, but for like, if we're talking marketing, we're talking a little bit, he's got that touch of, he's got a touch of the, je ne sais quoi, He's got the NFL experience, he's played in Europe, and a lot of people struggle with the transition over to Europe. I think he could be a nice addition. He might want his brother to come with. Scorpion helmet's also kind of cool. I like Scorpion helmets. Scorpion helmets go hard. Hope the Italian League don't get angry about me using their stuff. They should be alright. You never know. I don't think anyone from the Italian League will watch this. We should be alright, but... Because that's the weird thing with the zone, and that's why you're going to see American ads everywhere. Look at that offense there. Fucking 3 guys in the backfield with a... That's such a crazy formation. Oh, Malik Stanley? Probably. Probably. I'm such a big fan of Malik Stanley. But we got a 4 guys. I think we can kind of confirm. I think if everyone's happy. Oh my gosh. If everyone's happy, we go with Ryan Griffin. I feel like that's reasonable. Oh my god, the Italian League's great. Because, like, the running back just dropped the ball. I love the Italian league. Look at that. Just gets the ball. Just. I mean, it's a mixture of a bad drop and a really good defensive play, to be fair. Oh, that's actually a fantastic defensive play. I'll take it back. Why not, man? Why not? Why not? Why not? My dream of the ELF Monarchs might never happen, but here we are, Alex. Like, we're doing this, bro. Oh, shit. No way is he actually... Oh, he's at the Bears. That makes sense, doesn't it? Damn, you're right. You're right. I might be wasting my time. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to lure him out. Is he actually? Let me just double check that. Does it say if he's like... Oh... Fuck. Damn. Yeah, fair enough. I don't think I'm going to be able to get him out of that. I mean, it does say present, but yeah, I think he's probably not going to come over. Oh, thanks for ruining that then, Alex. Jeez. Thanks for ruining it. We could have had Ryan Griffin on our hypothetical team and you ruined it. I think that's fair. I mean, some of these other guys, I don't think. Actually, Brooks is a Brit, to be fair. We will look at some British guys. But that's heartbreaking. Alright, well, who else can we go for there? If we can't go for Ryan Griffin. We could have had Ryan Griffin. If you just, you know, didn't tell me. Because I didn't know. But I think in terms of, it's got to be an ELF guy, right? If it's not going to be him, we've got Jalen. I don't think there's any guys that are in other leagues that would be franchise. There's a couple, I'm sure. Like, I'm actually quite a big fan of Fields. He's in Berlin at the moment. What else we got? Aaron Ellis. That could be fun. Aaron Ellis could be fun. I don't think I've got any tape on Aaron Ellis though. But I'm actually kind of leaning on Aaron Ellis. But I know he's signed with the Caterpillars again. But he's serious. He is good. And some of these guys are Europeans. We want to look purely Americans. Because some of the guys like Jaden is locked in. Ryan Griffin's now fucked off to back to America, which is rude of him to do. Chad, I feel locked in. Zach, Levi maybe, but I don't know. Didn't exactly line it up in Barca. Javarian possibly. I'm more of an Aiken fan than I am Javarian Smith fan. Helbig's hurt. Donovan Isom didn't exactly light the world on fire. Sullivan's locked in. Luke. Kiete Allen, that could be interesting. He was in Mexico, right? Because he did do well in the Surge, but he didn't do great in the Kings. If I remember correctly, but also the Kings weren't great anyway. He's a little bit shorter. I'm actually a little bit more of a fan of taller quarterbacks. He was pretty accurate. Notice this says Surge, but that's just because that's the last time he played in the league. Because of last year's numbers. He was up and down with the Kings. Like 64, not bad, but still threw a couple picks, and had a bad game. Good game against Paravar. Not a great game. Bad game. Had two really good games. And again, it is on the search. That's time you've got to take it in. I like Kente Allen. I think he's a good player. But he was in Mexico, I believe, last time I checked. He did score 8 touchdowns. What about football? They have his information on where he was at last year. I'm not sure if they will have his LFA stuff. Yeah, it says Surge. That's as far as it goes for him. Let's have a look at his Euro players, see if that has an updated team. I'm pretty sure it's in the LFA, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to get LFA tape. But, yeah, he was. I don't think I'm going to be able to find, unless they have, like, if anyone knows of, like, public LFA tape, that'd be great. Apple's a good shout. I like someone a bit more mobile, I think, though. Honestly, it really depends on how you guys also. This is a communal building. Epler, if you want to, we can look at Epler. He was better in the LFA. Do you have the stats for the LFA, Alex? Search that up. See if they got the stats up. That one. That one? That one. Alright, so Apple actually did do best. Wow, Apple was actually real good. 31 touchdowns, 10 fumbles, 10 fucking hell, Matt. 10 interceptions. Javon Boykin. Wasn't he, didn't he have some stuff? He was at TCU, right? I feel like I'm not sure if this was, like, far enough ago that it's been solved. It was like, you know, kind of. Okay, just allegations. Okay, I mean, legal trial. I mean, if he has a whole, no disrespect to Trevon Boykin. Oh, yeah, I think he's gonna struggle to get a UK visa. I think he's gonna struggle to get a UK visa. I'm sure I know he's a great quarterback, obviously, but I think I mean, he also had 8 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, so he wasn't very great. Kind of mad though. Yeah, I don't think he'd get one. But I do like Epler. I think that's actually a really good call. Connor Miller. Yeah, that's another interesting one, you know. There's Matty Ice. Shout out Matty Ice. I think that was his best season, actually. But I like the Epler shout. Let's have a look at some of his numbers. So it has him with the Vikings, weirdly. Which is, oh, wait, what am I thinking? Yeah, he was at the Vikings. I'm getting confused with him and, who am I getting him confused by? I'm getting him confused with, the fucking Voshtav quarterback. Urab. I'm getting him confused with Urab. I don't know why. Right. So he was accurate. Had a good touchdown to interception rate. And of course, the big thing is that he looked real good when Holmes was out. LFA's on YouTube. Interesting. I haven't watched a ton of Mexican League. I haven't really had to. However, we have more recent tape of Epler in our league, so I will watch that. And I have watched him a ton when I was doing the Noah Torre video. What weeks did he play? He's 26 too as well, so he could be potentially a franchise guy. So I won't go off week 4 because he just walked in the building like pretty early. I'll go to week 5. I think that's reasonable. Watch a little bit, see what you can bring in against Osman Prague. Maybe it is better to watch week. Maybe it is better to watch the previous week then, because honestly, Prague don't really get much of a challenge. I think I get more out of watching him on short notice versus Berlin than Colin Kaepernick. I know he saw something about Colin Kaepernick playing, but he would want so much money. Like, wasn't he being offered the coaching staff? Oh, okay, he won't be on the coaching staff. Okay. Like, contracts? Because there is a salary cap. You earn that much money. Like, I don't think you need to go to Europe. There is a salary cap in the ELF. I don't think Colin's going to come to Europe. Alex, you can't describe him like that. And then I go, oh, you mean so and so, because that means now I am describing him like that. You can't set me up. The starting Manchester quarterback is Sam Bloomfield, but you can't describe him, and then me go, oh, I know who. That's crazy. Yeah, he did play well against Berlin. It's just, he was he was on short notice, but I think maybe we could get some out of that. He did play well though. Some miles. Also, one of the best jerseys in the league. Right, let's get to where he actually played, because this was a bit of a shootout if I remember correctly. For UK guys, we've got Benzie, Bloomfield. Who's the London Warriors quarterback? The other thing is, the Warriors don't fucking stream their games, so like it's really hard to get tape on London Warriors unless they're playing someone like Bristol. Right, let's have a little look at Epler. He could potentially, if we like what we see, be our 4th guy on the list. I mean, for his first pass in the ELF, I can respect the balls just to fucking sling it. Oh, that's Raphael. He was one of my picks for like potential rookie of the year. I've seen him live. He's a seriously talented guy that people need to keep an eye on. Like, he's really, really good. Obviously, when you've got like the fucking Avengers at receiver, it's kind of hard to break in. Even Schultz has done an amazing job of breaking in at that spot. But yeah, he's another player we'll be definitely looking at. Alright there, Matt Daltrey, amazing. He's going to probably be the centre. Well, he's definitely going to be the centre. Josh Ellsbrook's still in college. D. Williams, that's what I'm thinking of. I've done an edit for D. Williams. Like years ago. I'm pretty sure I did. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I did. A flinch in there. And then Carey is the engine for this team, I've been saying it. We're looking at Epler. Yes, we've got Josh Ellsbrook still in college. So I don't want to be unreasonable and be like, oh, I'm going to take him out of college and put, because I could do that with like Seydu. Yeah, why not? So I'll keep guys that are legit out of college, legit in college out of that. But Benzie, Calvin Stitt, Josh Ellsbrook, and Sam Bloomfield, I would go Calvin because he's most experienced and would match kind of the style that we have a quarterback with some of these picks anyway. But he's a really good quarterback. D. Williams. Helbig is a decent shout, but he is currently injured. It's kind of hard to to put him into a team when he's injured, when there are players that aren't. I know this isn't real, but you know we gotta keep some real factors. I do really like Helbig though. I'm a big fan of him. But we're going for like if we were built it today. But Henson, Aiken, Strong, Epler. We have to get the runs, obviously. The Vikings have always been a run. People get it wrong. Like, I know, Alex, you're a big fan of Ben Holmes. I know he's a good quarterback. I know he is. But the run game for Vienna is really, really, really good. Stepping out. That's nice. Look at that. That looks to me like he could be a Monarch. You know what I mean? Nice. He stepped up. Found the pass. I like it. What about nepotism's fight? Which one though? There's a lot. I feel like there's a lot of nepotism in the UK personally. Personally, right? I know he did the playbook thing. In my opinion, that's kind of water under the bridge. That was like 4 years ago now. I would hope that's water under the bridge. I know that I'd have to ask permission from the league to sign. There's certain players that are red listed. They're not blacklisted, but are like you kind of have to ask before you sign them. Homegrown Finnish? Not sure what you mean. The UK is all about nepotism, bro, especially in sports. Yeah, Calvin's done. Yeah, the situation ain't great. Maybe he wanted to be the best, but he's the best quarterback to bring in. But of course, there's the oh, George Reynolds. Now he's at the NFL Academy. He's a tight end coach. I actually really like George Reynolds. I think he's a nice dude. He's a tight end coach. Look at that. Ah, that's a bad pass. I don't know what that to me didn't look like a future Monarch. Oh right, yeah, no, he's not homegrown. He's not homegrown. He's knee. He is from Finland, yes. He's a fantastic Finnish player, but he's not a homegrown. Same with Nico Barrow in Dresden, amazing Finnish running back. I've talked about Nico a ton of times on this channel before, though. Ooh, so there's flashes, but you're not the most consistent with some of these ball placements. But again, this is first drive, like back from Mexico. He was a good placeholder quarterback. He has gotten zero fear, zero fear in going deep. But I think Ebler could be a good shout. I know I don't watch a ton of tape, but fair enough. Still not bad. He was a shit when he was young, but he's probably matured. I played with him at Pride. That's kind of cool. He was with the Vikings for a while, but he's not homegrown, man. He's a Finnish dude through and through. What's Tommy Wilson up to this year? He's in Potsdam. I had a talk with people about that like last week. I wasn't a massive fan of the move. Whatever he wants to do, obviously, is his career. But I would have liked to have seen him in the ELF, me being selfish. I know he just had a big game there. We'll just detour slightly from the quarterbacks. Just look at Tommy's stats. Because I know he was real quiet. And then, like, I think the week just gone, he had like a 150-yard game. But until then, he had, like, not much. That's just the nature of the GFL, isn't it? That's why I'm not a massive fan of it. What could have been? Maybe we'll see it in the future. You know? Maybe. Hopefully. Yeah, look, Tommy, there he is. 4 games, 350 yards, but I believe all of that was in one game, pretty much. Okay, so... didn't play opening weeks, fair enough. 5 catches, 97, 1, couple games off. So he's done pretty well. This game, not great. That's the game I'm thinking of. But again, ELF has too many blowouts. But, yeah, nature of the sport. I think Pat Don could be the quarterback, my dude. If he's 60 years old, I don't know. But I think I'm going to go for Epler. You know, I'll watch a tiny little bit more of this tape, I think, before we make a concrete decision. Yeah, Wilson would definitely be a Monarch if I had my way. No doubt about that. It's not bad for 4 games. It's just I would have liked to have seen him in ELF. I'm being very selfish. I'm very aware of that. I wanted to see him in the ELF really badly. Because we saw how good he was with Dresden. I don't feel like we needed to see another season of him in the GFL. I feel like he was ready for a step up, but that's my opinion. I ain't gonna lie, I don't really care too much about the booth review. Yeah, right. It's Ali Khalifi as well, man. What happened to him? Right, so catch another drive on Epler. Gonna make a concrete decision. If he makes our shortlist, because it's shortlisting. Yeah, 96 is insane. 96 is insane. Absolutely mental. I feel like he brings kind of a similar skill set to Strong. I actually think they're very comparable. Let me have a look at his size. Now I'm going back and forth and skipping and pulls in and stuff like that. He's a little bit smaller than Strong. So we've got Strong, who's bigger, broader, calm in the pocket, can take a hit, deliver some nice passes. We've got Aiken, less accurate, but really good on his feet, able to extend the plays. We've got Jalen, who's obviously the big fish in the small pond. Step up for him, 50, I think he's at 60, we looked earlier, 60 touchdowns, 1 interception. Yeah, it sounds like a joke, but... And we've got Epler, who I think is similar to Strong in his passing ability, just a different size. The numbers are actually pretty comparable. He's a little bit safer with the ball than Strong is, though, I think. He'll sling it, but he was also picking apart some of these short underneath routes, and I quite like that. So I think I'm going to put him as my next one. Let's get S. Epler. Shout out. There we are. Right, official now. Let's get a poll up. Let's get a poll up. Watchmate, you could. This is just potential options. Yeah. And then we're gonna do a poll on my Instagram of the number. This is a community-based thing, basically, because I'm laying out the options, and then we as a community are gonna help build some of it, because there's a ton of people we could go through. Kind of just shutting that shit down. Don't really know why. That's a reasonable question to ask. But, you know, sure. Alright, let me get the actual post up, the background of the poll. The players are going to be so confused. What the fuck? But I need to make sure I pick the one with the German spelled correctly. Because I had to get it like double checked to make sure the German was actually spelled correctly. Right, I've got WhatsApp on my other screen just in case you're wondering what the fuck I'm doing. Just so you guys can't see my WhatsApp chats, which I feel like that's respectable. And then I'll be back on, but yeah. Well, I felt that was harsh too, man. Alright, we've got 3 variations. Oh, right, okay, that's fair then. I was going to say, yeah. We're definitely having an import quarterback. No doubt we're having an import quarterback. I think that's pretty unanimous. But then, here's my list. I'm for D. Williams in there. So Christian Strong is Canadian there. There's actually quite a few guys in the UK, but let me add D. Williams. He's UK. He's above 25, I want to say. So I'm going to put him as not IPP eligible. And he's at London Warriors. He's been there for a minute now, so. But it really does depend on if they have tape up for him. And then we'll narrow it down to 4. Oh shit, Khalil Roundtree just got a title shot against Alex Pereira. That's weird as fuck. Sorry, massively off topic. If you know me, you know I'm a massive MMA fan. Alright, let me put up the poll now. What should we go with? Chat, a white one, a blue one, or a red one? I think we go for a blue one. Or the bluish purple. Just because it's the English writing one. I did like a Chinese one, a German one, and a English one. Just I wanted it to be like an international release was the idea. Right. Let's put the poll up. So we on stream have narrowed down the A spot on Q. On Q quarterback rather. Oh, this is too long. It's good, but we want to stream have the A spot options. There we go. Right. So we got Jane Hansen. I'll put a little like crown next to him, you know, for the Royals. I know Jaden's gonna win. I'm pretty like sold that I think Jaden's gonna win. I put Mountain for Cotton Aiken. So strong. We'll put like the leaf, like the maple leaf, and Epler. We can put for Epler Viking. Kind of a tough one. I'll go for like I don't know what I don't know what to put for Epler. Of just like an emoji next to the name. I'm fucking stumped. I put like a purple, I don't know, fucking something. I don't know what to put for Epler. It's weird. It's not like a. Let's put fire emoji, fuck it. There we go. Right. We're going to stream a vote on the A spot options. Vote below. Right, here we go. So the first poll is now live. Go back to chat. There we go. So first poll's now live. If you want to go vote on that, then go ahead. And now we got to restart and look at English guys. And we'll start in Bristol. I think that makes sense. Stats aren't going to be an issue with this one. Because there isn't any stats for the UK League. As far as I'm aware. Any, ones that are officially league orchestrated. But we'll try and find a Bristol Aztec game versus London. They streamed one against a Blitz a few days ago. Sport Tank usually do it. Let's have a look at Sport Tank. Let's have a look, see what we got. Right. Aztecs Blitz, Olympians Blitz B, Aztecs Cambridge. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Mad thing is, I know this is not that far away from me. And I have not watched this game. Is it bad? Am I a bad scout? Sure. But you know, I have stuff to do. I have stuff to do. All right, there's tea. And there's so many of these people. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. Okay. This was a close game if I remember correctly. But damn, it's got a short game. I'll give him credit for being quick with it. Here we go. Sends it deep. It's a nice field too. Oh, nice hit. Damn. Oh, it's Cody Golding. That makes sense. That's a great hit. Can't lie. Great hit. Alright, I can't change. That's the stuff that's going to come up. Alright, here's D. He's been there for years, I believe. There's a ton of guys in this game that I'm surprised aren't in Europe. CJ and number 6 being one of them. Number 3, I believe that's Joe, being another one I'm surprised. Joe's going to be on this team. Oh, damn. Damn. It's a bit longer. Like the turf, I feel, is a bit longer. It is a nice field. I've practiced on it. I haven't played a game on it, but I have practiced on it. Unfortunately, for the team that uses that field. Yeah, of course, man. I mean, the Aztecs play on it, not all the time. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Damn. It's all going on. It's all going on. Jesus. Well, we didn't get to see any of D in that game. Literally nothing. Right. Is that Benzie? Pretty sure it is, but just gotta make sure. I know they played KK quarterback a couple times. Both of these teams are quite run heavy, that's the thing. Oh, Terrell's gonna be playing. Yeah, so Benzie is starting, there we go. Had to make sure. So funny, he said Terrell Jones. I was like, huh? His name was TJ. He's also at UE last year. Yes, TJ's got 1,000 yards this year. Also, some of the guys in this Warriors defense are real good. I ain't gonna lie, some of these Warriors guys are slept on. It's a tough team. We've seen all runs. Nothing from our British quarterback so far. Gotta give it credit though, it's a quick turnaround between possessions. Oh, Texas. Jesus, Texas is kind of mad. More runs. Hard to get a gauge out of. Both the handoffs have been good so far. All the handoffs have been clean, no problems. This is just another punt. Jeez, there was not much going on early in this game. Not much at all. It's just Failed runs. We don't have a live clock. We only have Q1.
Take on their own 26-yard line.
Shout out Jermaine.
Bristol then taking to the field.
Right, this camera's a little bit mad though. Another run by no KK.
To the left, finds a little bit of room. Only gains a couple of yards before his tackle mate Hugo.
Right, because I've seen Benzi play a lot. I know what he is as a player.
This time going to the right.
I played with Benzi. I played against Benzi. I've been on the field against Benzi, but I haven't actually physically played against Benzi in a game. But my profile on him is that he's definitely a shorter passer, but he gets very twitchy under pressure. He's not as mobile as some of the other options we have in this one. Right, that's the first pass we've seen from either quarterback, by the way. Immediately pressure just into the back of the player, but first pass we've had on any quarterback was 16 minutes in. Obviously, some of this voting stuff is going to come down to like bias of my followers. I think I do have mostly Bristol and London. I think I have crazy amount of Manchester, but you never know if people say, oh, you know, go vote on Matt's poll. Oof, nasty stiff one. Aztecs defense is really good this year, I can't lie. I know Rian's not here at the moment, but if Rian, you've somehow found yourself in the middle of this video, he'll be happy. Ton of real talented players. But another punt, man. Several punts exchanged. I want to watch some actual... We've had one pass between both teams. I know both of them are run heavy, but Jesus. Here we go. Short pass. That's what I'm talking about. Short passer. Let's have a replay of that. We ain't seen much of it. We may as well enjoy it. Round the numbers. Can't complain. Needs a little bit more pop in his arm though. I personally think Benson is a little bit more like sharp. Of like he doesn't have a fuck you on. The ball isn't a dart when it comes out of his arm. Coach Gary, shout out Gary. Love Gary. More runs. Jesus, man. I mean, I'm not surprised this game is short anymore, given the amount of runs we've had. A double... What the fuck? Double handoff. I have never seen a double handoff in my life. That's a first. That is the first time I've ever seen that. Ever. Also, 51, Will Bunce should be. I did recommend him to a few ELF teams. Right, here we go. Another pass. AJ. I didn't have AJ on my initial one, and we'll see if people want to have AJ on this team. I didn't have him initially on my list, and I got some people that weren't happy about that. On my pre-screening of my roster, people weren't too pleased to not have AJ on there, to say the least. It caused some arguments. I don't care too much about the punt. Not much to do with me. Here we go, pass, finally. A little bit too far. That's too, oh, wait, kind of too Cassidy's side too. He's definitely a player I don't want to fuck with. Play for formerly of Dresden. Here we go, is that Palmer? Nice, to be fair. Right, let me look at that again. Is a high ball. Accuracy so far from Williams hasn't been spectacular, because that's a really high arc for someone who is 10 yards away, and I know he's trying to get with the defenders, but you know, sort of same thing on the last play. Williams definitely the more mobile option out of the two of them. The more athletic, probably the more experienced as well. But accuracy-wise, that's not a flag. That's not a flag. Ain't gonna lie, it's not a flag. We're probably not gonna get a replay of that, are we? It's the UK. Oh, it wasn't a flag. Oh, it was. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, not much from either team offensively. I mean, I just want to see some more passing, man. It's a hard game to really evaluate either of them. Luckily, I've watched Venzi a lot, but I haven't watched as much Williams. And we can try and watch some Bloomfield too. There we go. So we can't see it. But he's got the arm. Like, that's a deep fucking pass. So we know that he's got the arm. Fucking 60 yards. Maybe 50 yards, but even still. Oh, Miles will be on the team. Miles is going to be on the team. Tough. I'm really surprised we're still in quarter one. More runs. More runs. This game ain't great to evaluate. Alright, we'll put both on there while we do it. Is it Benzie with a it is. And we got D there, so we'll put them both on the list because they're both the starting callbacks for the better teams. And we'll say Josh Hasbrook too. Josh Hasbrook is definitely the most popular UK dude. It actually got quite a balanced amount of votes. That's pretty interesting. It's only been up for a few, like 15 minutes, but Jalen is currently leading the way. But there's been a good amount of people around. I thought it'd be quite weighted, but it's not. Interesting. I want to see one of them pass a ball more than... Oh my god. Oh, this was the play. I remember this one. If you haven't seen this play, watch this play. If you haven't seen this play, watch this play.
Snap is taken. The push from behind. It's a deep Wellington restricted. No whistle has gone. Here he goes. And Bristol out of the way.
Can he go? Can he go? He's gonna catch him. Eli throws it back, and he's taken out. Just at the 10.
Didn't score.
Ryan Morton with a great excellent
Come on, Ryan.
goes laterally to number 55, Charlie Dace. Unfortunately, not able to get in, but it is his special Aztecs offense. Take the ball on
Didn't score.
7.
I don't even believe on the drive they scored. So that's the second quarter, but I don't even think they score in this drive. Which is sad. Well, this has to be a pass, right? Pocket presence, man. No, Benzie's pocket presence isn't great. Reed's got pressure in his face, which I understand trying to dip out, but head goes like just straight forward. He's not trying to look at the pass upfield. Runs into his offensive lineman, gets taken down. There we go. What? There we go. Benzie's got good short accuracy. He's definitely more comparable to... Well, he's not as good, obviously, as the American options. None of these guys are as good as the American options, let's be honest. But he is more of a passer. Doesn't have the arm as Williams, but it's more accurate than Williams. Oh man, still quiet. See, that's what I mean. They sometimes have KK in a running back. And then didn't they miss this? I feel like they missed this. I know, spoiler alert, but I feel like they missed this. I know what the fuck that was. Okay, it was good. I was wrong. At least they got some points out of it. I'm happy they got points out of that. That would have been tough. It would have been a shame. We need to see more from Williams, really, before we can give an accurate one. Because you see, oh, here we go. Very close. Footwork is static. Stay loose, not really bouncing on his toes. Ryan. Boateng. More runs. They're very runs. And we'll look at some Manchester tape as well. But apart from that, I think it's got to be Calvin, right? I feel like Calvin kind of earns his way into this based off of merit. Is that a little bit tight? I don't know if he's even playing anymore. I know he's playing for Rushmore. Pretty positive he's playing for Rushmore. Is it nepotism to have him on this? Maybe. Number 3's done a pretty good job. But then this game was something. This game was a slow burn. Yeah, I feel like I need to watch too much of Benzie. Again, I've seen him play for years. Oh, number 0 is a baller. Yeah, Fredericks is an absolute fucking monster. I'm not a massive fan of Manchester's play anyway, because the quarterback does wear number 21, which I hate. I'm not with the involved Manchester. I'm not sure if it, like the number has meaning. I just don't like wearing a quarterback with 21.
Yeah, you keep it.
Lining up with outside, the left-hand side. This time it will be a pass.
But even Benzi's footwork is a little bit stiff.
Once again, lining up with trips to the left-hand side. This time it
Well,
will be
not a
a
little
pass.
bit stiff. It's stiff.
Pass out to number 0 on the right.
No offense, Benzi.
Yep. Just lost. Not lost. Hey. More pot. How things pan out for the rest of this game.
Like he's short, dink and dunk kind of guy.
Offense is back out on the field.
Williams, bomb or run seems to be his MO.
Short 5. Number 86 on the wraparound is running through the
Oh,
left.
nice.
Makes one tackle a miss and he's brought down.
Nice, nice, nice.
5-yard line. Jermaine Brown
Oh, it's Jermaine
end around.
playing receiver.
Makes a first and goal.
All right, Jermaine. I see you. I see you. All right, let's watch some Manchester. I think both of these guys is fair to have them on. But let me just load up some Manchester State. See what they got. I would hope soon. I've been a little bit back and forth with it. I don't think it's going to happen. Well, I kind of know it's not going to happen this year. Right, I don't want to watch them play someone shit. That's kind of the issue, is that they're going to play someone a little bit shit. But I see you there, Connor. You're definitely going to be on this list. I'm a big fan. Yeah, these games ain't necessarily what I call fun. No man, I'm gonna get so much hate from some of these guys. They do show up that team. Do I want to watch the championship game? The championship game is gonna have the best like production. So we'll go for that one.
We've got passion, we've got determination.
Right.
And if we set our
Ads.
sights on something, you better believe it's happening.
Alright, this is the final game, and that's a little bit older. You have so many great players. So many great players. Wait, this is straight in? Oh, this is highlights. I don't give a fuck about highlights. I don't want highlights, I want the actual game. If I just search up, yeah, if I just... There we go. That's what I want. There we go. There we go. We have so many amazing teams. It's just like, you know, it's very political in the UK, as you know. That was a crazy. I didn't see. What game was I at? I wasn't at that game, was I? I think it was. I was at the game where they beat them for the first time. But I could have swore it wasn't that big of a gap. Right, we don't need any of this pre-game stuff. Skip. We're looking at Bloomfield in this one, and a little bit of D as well. But I'm sorry, Khaled, it's got to be done. I know you're not a fan of the team, but I feel like Manchester are just the most unpopular team. It's kind of tough. Manchester don't like it. I know they don't like it, but a call about wearing 21 just makes me hurt. They don't have Tom Jones in this one, right? We got a good idea of we got our Americans. The poll is up for the Americans that we would bring in, or like the options of which we would bring in. We've watched the Bristol quarterback Benzie. We've watched some of the London quarterback in Williams. I know obviously Benzie's your guy, but I'm currently favouring. It's kind of a tough one with UK. And then Calvin is probably going to be the guy as well. We'll watch some Retro Berlente for that, just to make sure. But that's going to be 3 years old, so I don't usually like to go off tape that's old. I'm skipping the runs because I don't need to know about the runs too much. But Bloomfield is not as athletic. I think that kind of goes, you know, that's pretty obvious of what Alex said earlier. He is older. But every team in the UK is run heavy. And when you watch some of the quarterbacks, you can tell why. What's up, FDF? Oh, welcome to British ads, man. I actually do agree. And I keep saying how much I don't like saying it because people in Manchester do not like me saying it. And they do go on about being the hated team and this and that. But some of the Manchester football is a bit boring. Like, because London, you know, they run hard. They've got a mobile quarterback. It's kind of fun. They'll go deep. They'll take shots. Bristol, 2 really talented running backs, some good receivers, some really solid defense. But with Manchester, it's kind of difficult to pick out something you would say they do best. And also when London have had, like, obviously a lot of their players go to Europe. Damn. I mean, he's experienced. Yeah, he's been around the block. He's won a couple championships. Not easy to do. Not very many quarterbacks can say that. But, like, we currently have not seen one accurate pass. He's what, 0 for 4, 0 for 5 on passing in that drive? It's not great, you know. It's not brilliant. I think in order, I'm currently Williams at 1, Benzie at 2, Bloomfield at 3. Currently, I'm feeling. People ain't gonna like that. People ain't gonna like that one bit, I don't think. Well, we didn't see too much of D in this game, though. In the last game against Bristol, we didn't see a ton of his passing ability because they're such a run-heavy team. So I'd like to see a little bit more of it. We probably ain't gonna see it for a while, though. But D's also been around there for a while. Nice. Someone did tell me once, they were like, oh, I think that Manchester would beat UE. Fuck no. Fuck no. UE have, like, we had last season multiple ELF guys, GFL guys. There's no competition. It is such a bizarre team to, like, watch. They got some good linebackers. They got a couple good DBs. But again, if I had told you what position do Manchester have the best in, or what do Manchester do best, I think you'd probably have to say coaching. Close. You would probably say coaching, I think. They do have some really good coaches. I know that OC is really highly regarded. Yeah, UK, man. We were watching the Czech League the other day, and tell me the Czech League doesn't look better than this, right? Like, it's insane. The Czech League looked way faster than this. D-line's pretty good. Yeah, again, I really was with you. I didn't think they'd win the first time. I definitely didn't think they'd win the second time. And I don't think they're going to win the third time. I really don't know. how? Oh my god, the fucking Manchester people, they see this, are gonna put me on a spike. That's a nice ball. That's a really nice ball. Look at that. Just sling. Nice. D. Williams or Chris? Oh, strong. No disrespect to Williams. Strong's a different level. Strong was a successful ELF quarterback. No disrespect to D. Williams. He's probably my highest British quarterback. I know Strong's British as well, but he's Canadian British.
That's what they call me. Chilling with some ice on.
But Strong is ahead for sure. Yeah, it's weird, man. I Warriors losing, definitely an upset. The Warriors losing twice, real surprising. Max Gracie, Ainsbrook, though, he's a good player. I know he was at Dresden this year, injured. There he is. He's a good receiver, but he's out now. You know, yeah, kinda. It's weird. It's a weird watch. I mean, he's at Warrior. I don't know then. Does D count? I don't know D person. Let me message him. I'll message him, or I'll look him up. I feel like, because his name's not D. That's it's D. Does anyone have, I can't remember his at. Let me look at Warriors, see if they've tagged him in anything. Because I feel like he's British, like would be allocated. I don't know. I don't know if he had. I did not know he had a American passport. All right, let me follow him first. Oh, you're right. Actually, I've never actually spoken to him, so that's a like in person. So that's a difficult part. But I'm like scrolling back on the socials. He's been in England for a long ass time. He's been playing in England for a long time. Like, he's been in Renegades in like 2012. So, oh, they got David playing in this game too. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So he's English. So Zinnion is a baller. And Zinnion played for the Berlin Thunder. He's a serious player. Exactly. It's all about where you start. That's why some of the Enthroners players are Nigerian, because I told them, sign the IPP Nigerian guys, get them on the field fucking as soon as possible, and they'll count as homegrowns for you forever. So that's why Samuel is now an offensive lineman in Fehervar as a homegrown, even though he's a Nigerian player. They do. That's true. But Tom Jones isn't in this game, Nicholson's in this game, but yeah, you're right. But D. Williams definitely is. We'll put Sam Bloomfield in there. Is it Bloomfield? Like Cade Macon? Shout out Cade. Yeah. It's pretty loud in this game. This is in, no, this is in the stadium I think it is. Fozy. I think there will be some controversy when it comes to my DB picks. Like, I don't know how they didn't win this game, man. Like, it's so frustrating how they didn't do this. It really is. The fuck?
Win like a champion. It's totally
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. How did the Warriors not win this game? How did the Warriors not win this game? Well, we've barely seen him complete a pass. Their snaps haven't been great. Like, you know what I mean? She had a bad snap and then this is the next play. I'm just saying, bro. I don't know how you lose to this team. People already say I'm biased towards Bristol, man. Even though on this channel I don't think I've ever actually like made a video about UK ball specifically. Honestly. Now, first quarter, both teams didn't do great, but absolutely favoured London. Horrendous sound. Oh, they got, is that playing as well? I think so. Pump. Keeps his eyes downfield. Shoots for it. Close. GB player. Oh shit, Walter's playing in this game too. He's another former NFL Academy guy. I thought he was in Comet. I think he's in Comets now, right, Walter? Mad. That's good. Just if why are you playing receiver then? Like play your position. You're a corner. Play corner. It would help. You could pick off the quarterbacks we're looking at today. Why not? They don't really need receiver, I don't think, that much. They have his if he's still playing over there. And they are a run team, so you're gonna have to just be blocking. I don't know if you want to block. Where in this game you could like intercept passes like that. Oh, fucking blasted. Yeah, I'd say fuck it. Join the Warriors. Alright, Nicholson's done a damn good job. I'll give it credit where credit's due. Nicholson looks pretty good. Right. I'm done watching UK tape. I think we can establish that Bloomfield's probably... He's there, but he's not my personal choice. I want to watch some retro Berlin tape real quick. And then we'll have our top 4. Honestly, yeah, like... They've annoyed me too, that's why I've stopped watching them. Like, they just kind of annoy me. I'm not a massive fan of it. Like, their football's kind of boring. I'm not a Manchester fan, I must admit. As surprising as that may be. Alright, let's go for Calvin. Let's look at his numbers. I don't think he did crazy numbers. You know what? Okay, right, I've just seen that. I saw the completion rate. But that is actually not bad. I'm just saying, like, his completion rate is not good, like, don't get me wrong. How has that happened? Generally, I don't think I've ever seen a stat spread that weird. These are almost. Why are these defensive stats? I guess it's because it's old ELF. They haven't really checked on that too much. We're in like the back rooms of the ELF because this is like defensive numbers. But how? How? Full games 2021. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Right, Kings. The Kings were good. Kings were real good back in the day. Shit surge. This is gonna be weird for some. Hamburg. Let's watch Hamburg. Yeah, let's go for Hamburg. It's gonna be weird for most people to see because a lot of people would never have seen this. First of all, the game's 4 hours 48 minutes long for some reason. We ain't gonna be watching all that. Some names you might remember. Jock's playing in this. Look at that. It's like an hour of pregame. Actually, you know what I really want to do? Is just quickly look at the like walkouts and the names. First of all, the scores. The weekend of these scores. Kings beating the Surge. This team don't even exist anymore. That's remained. I mean, that's now changed.
Flag on this play.
Right. Connor Bolton, this is your
Gonna be happy about how unsuccessful.
team now. Right. Octavio Mortem, he's gone. Dion, Polly. It's a good offensive line.
Play. Now there's a penalty on that.
Pretty sure those two, both of them are still in the league.
11:27 to play.
Calvin, obviously. Jones was a fucking dog back in the day. Schumann, still amazingly good. Brian was a decent receiver. Jock, still around.
In this opening punt. Pressure's coming on. He's able to have reception. He didn't a little bit short of the first down though. Let's see where they mark him.
Paul Seifert,
Was
awesome. Nasri, baller. Lewis, baller. Maximin DeFalsis, still in Milan. Jamal White, I'm pretty sure he was really good. Marit Steibel, baller.
He'll sit there.
You hear the commentaries because he's right. So 4 touchdowns in 2 games. That's pretty fucking good.
That center is the
He's a lefty as well, which brings up something weird. And if you haven't noticed, I believe this is the first time that we've had an E quarterback. Was this the first time we had an E quarterback with an American running back and an American receiver? Like, it's such a throwback. I'm so happy.
told me that he really
I want to look at Hamburg. Was Jay here yet? Alright, so you got Keanu, baller. De Guzman's still there. Dennis Kinster, he was at Danube now, but he's a baller.
he was eating up there a bit.
You'll hear the commentary, he's going to his land. Jadrian, like young Jadrian. Andrea Botello Moreno. They had is he American? I can't remember. John Every Cruz, really good tight end. John Madden Corsiestro. Benjamin Mao. Bernard Grube. Evans. Yeah, and Philip Bomb, but that's such a nasty defensive line.
They had opening possession.
Matty, Justin Rogers, Marlo Shawn, like, oh, this is such a sick fucking team.
Now Clark down 29.
Like, Marlo Shawn in this team is crazy. I forgot Marlo Shawn was in the league at this point. What a throwback game. Oh my gosh, right, okay, I've fangirled out now.
They lost a couple of yards.
Let's actually get to the game. I'm done fangirling. Under 19, I'll keep...
For the Thunder.
Why is he so out of, I'll just mute him. He's out of sync. I'll skip to Thunder. Here we go. Right. Well, under 19, I'll keep an eye on him. But under 19, I don't think anyone's going to make it out of this one. They really were. Like, that's such a good such a good D-line. Jan Philip Bombag is amazingly good. You got, the big dude is now in Berlin, the D-tackle. Slept on team, man. One of the all-time teams. They fell short, but this was a good team. Alright, let's see if the commentator sorted himself out.
19. Here's a high. Look high. Humble. Basket Chesh. Rogers. Lose defenders. He's back there.
Yeah, the commentator's well out of sync. I'll have him on the low volume. Kentrell. It's all Kentrell. I'll lower it just so it's like, oh my god, this was just after COVID. Oh my god, this is such a fucking trip. I actually can't lie, this is insane. Shout out Raf, he looks older now. Like, I know it's been like 4 years, but like he looks older, quite a lot older. It's quite cool. I'll keep an eye on him for sure. This is so weird to see this game. First play, I mean, what the fuck? Already. I love old ELF. They've got a centre and a right guard and a right tackle, and that's it. I don't know what that play was, but it was vibes. And I love it. And Polly on that team as well. Like, you got Keanu, Polly. I know they're on different sides of the ball, of the team. That's two really good offensive linemen. And they had, who was it? They had Dennis Kisser. He's on the team at Berlin. I'm missing one in Berlin too. But Calvin's a lefty. But this offensive line was not doing great. But like in retrospect, it's aged quite well for the offensive line. Aged quite well for Calvin though. It didn't have the best of numbers. Man, this is so weird. This is so strange. I mean, we're even talking about COVID in this game. This feels like such a long time ago. Yeah, a Morden. That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm thinking of. This is such a trip. But like, he didn't do great. But look at that. They got shredded. And he is a mobile guy. But like, there's only really a certain amount you can do. And again, he barely even had a second. He had 3 guys around him. And they got Evans. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. I know I mentioned him a minute earlier. But like, Evans was still is. I think he might be one of the best, if not the best interior defensive lineman in the league. Connor, obviously you'll be able to be more insightful into that one. Because I just watch tape and you get to do it in person. Commentator's so out of sync, it's crazy. Oh, thank God. For a second I thought my one of my graphics for the Spiller video got leaked. I was like, what the fuck? But we were all good. Oh shit. Oh well, speak of the devil, Immortum has just signed back to the Brazilian league. Damn. Fair play. Fair play, fair play. It's kind of mad, actually. Can't lie. Real weird timing. Real weird timing. It was not a fun play. Oh, man. Man, I mean, I've seen every snap you've ever played, man. I'm a fan, I'm a fan. Alright, here we are. Back with Calvin. I mean, he's kind of got to be on there, right? Regardless of the off-field issues with the playbook and whatnot. He was not put in a great position with this offensive line. They've obviously got better. Like, they've clearly got better. But they were not great in this one. Who would you say are like your top 5 defensive linemen that you've played so far in the league? Again, he sure, like, maybe he's not making the reads, he kind of target locks. As soon as the snap goes, he's looking towards Jones. He's still looking towards Jones. He's still looking towards Jones. Does not throw the ball when he could, but he does have a little bit of pressure. But then his eyes kind of go towards here. He's going to throw mad off his back foot. A little bit over the play. But like, you know, not the most natural throwing position. He was looking at Jones all the way, but I think Marshall would have jumped that. Still gets a ball off though. I think that was a down one. Oh, Jabrari. He's so underrated, man. People don't talk about Regan enough. So good. He's been there forever, too. Been there for a real long time. But people just don't talk about him enough. I don't really know why. Probably because he's in Throners. That's probably exactly why. Right, let me check the poll. Right, the poll's going well, you know. I'm actually kind of surprised by, let's delete the actual old stories from a few hours ago while we go through that. I mean, actually, that could be fumble. We'll delete the old things. We've got a poll up at the moment. Jalen is still winning, but it's close. Epler is in second. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh yeah, sorry, I just saw your message. Helbig was injured, so we didn't put him in. We kind of went with guys that, you know, aren't injured or aren't in college, because there's a few guys in the UK called like Justin Glowak or Josh Ainsbrook that would be considered for the UK spot, but they're in college, so I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to have players that were technically not able to play. But I think Calvin's got to be in, man. Contest mad at 6 still. He's just talking about barbecue chicken while they got an ad with Patrick in as a May on it. And Jock's still in the league, like Jock's nearly 40. Longevity, man. Talk about longevity. You got to bring up Jock. That's probably my top 4. Yeah. Oh, Adslan, yeah, that's a good shout actually. So 1 Jabrari, 2 Kyle, 3 Evans. 4 for Islam. Islam? I'm thinking of Islam Makachev now that I talk about the UFC. Oh man, I have an evaluation on Chris on my old pro feed I haven't uploaded on for a while, but man, I'm so bummed out that Helbig didn't get a chance to like shine. I was a big fan of him when he moved over there. I loved that signing. Because I thought it was like the perfect scheme fit for him. I mean, so how good he was. Calvin's getting drilled. I said this offensive line has some talent, but it definitely wasn't like constructing itself too well. And then I'll put like a graphic out of the actual players we have. I'll make like the same thing I did last time with a hypothetical roster sheet. But I'm going to make it so clear they ain't real. Because people will absolutely believe it is real. That was just part of the thing. Alright, I reckon I've seen enough. Let's get Calvin on there. Alright, so our final 4. And I'm going to put it... Here's a little secret for everyone in the chat. I'm going to put my ranking of these guys in order from now on. Just from now on. We didn't do that for the American one, but we'll do that for the English one. Right, we need to poll. Where are we at? There we go. So UK QB options. Also decided by the stream. Now my order, for people this is an Easter egg, I guess you could class this as. So D Williams is my number 1. We're going to put Actually, no. What am I thinking? D Williams my number 2. D Williams my number 2. I like Williams, but Calvin has played in the year left, so it's kind of different levels. What do I put for Calvin's like emoji? I don't know, I'll put like a thunder. I'll put a lightning mark. I know obviously he didn't play that for the whole season, but why not? D Williams, we'll put like the sword because Warriors. And then we'll put Benzie. And we'll put what do I put for the Aztecs? I'll put like a sun for the Aztecs, I guess. And then we'll go for Sam Bloomfield. And Titans, so we put like a different sword. A bit different sword. But I think that's a reasonable one. So our Calvin at 1, D Williams, no Spency. I should probably put a disclaimer. People in college are not eligible. Because otherwise, you know, it'll get confusing. I'm gonna make this clear too. I gotta have like a black background just so people don't get confused. People in college not eligible. Calvin Stitt, D Williams, Lewis Benzie, Sam Bluefield. Yeah. I'm happy with that.
So 155 to work with here for Adrian Clark.
I'm happy with that. There's a flag, but Calvin's gonna slide in anyway. Damn. So that pulls up. So now we got all of our guys in. We've got some retro tape. I'm just going to carry on watching this for a minute. Also just because we have a spike in viewage. I want to see how Calvin finishes this one. But he's probably my number 1 Brit. There's some other guys that are hanging around, don't worry. Like, I know there's some other guys that are talented at the position, but with that experience, it's kind of hard to match, right? Jumped. Like, that's a little bit over, but shows some arm there. But Jones was such a beast when he was playing, man. He was so good. We got our QBs there. Jalen Henderson still leading. Epler in second. They're down 4 now. Apparently. I don't know why. Again, if you're new here, I don't know why the commentary is that. Is Fenton even playing? Because he was doing commentary. I haven't seen Sam play in a long time. Sam Fenton would be in consideration, but I just haven't seen him play. Is he playing for... is he not playing for Cambridge, is he? If I don't put Bloomfield in, people will have a fucking heart attack. People in Manchester will literally come down to Bristol to get me if I don't put Bloomfield in. And this is decided technically by stream, but... But realistically, no, none of these guys are probably going to see the field. We've got a good selection of American quarterbacks to choose from. Right, so he's back up at Warriors. Yeah, I mean, I think Sam is a decent quarterback, but I don't think we can justify having him on if he's the backup on D. I've seen him play from high school, even before high school when he was real young. He's definitely talented, got a great frame for it. Hasn't really filled that frame up when he was in the NFL Academy. But I see him a little bit more recently, a little bit bigger. Like Calvin has an arm too. As someone who's played against Calvin every day in practice. Calvin definitely has an arm. They're like low drivers. Like they'll he kind of, oh my god. He throws it low, but like man, they sting your hands. He actually like broke my fucking tendon in my thumb once with one of the balls. That was definitely not meant to happen. It was definitely not meant to happen. But I think next position, we won't do it today because we'll do this on another stream, but I think receivers probably make sense to go next. The offensive line's going to take a while because there's so many of them. But I wanted to do this because it's a little bit more engaging. We go through the tape and watch some of the retro tape and stuff like that, rather than just like a 45-minute video of me just talking over and over again. Like, it was boring as fuck to watch. It really was. I'll watch this drive, and I think I'll call it. I'm happy with our selections. We've got 8 quarterbacks that are on pole. 4 Americans, 4 Brits. And that'll be the start. Now I'll probably stream this whenever, really. Like, days like this where I don't have as much going on will be good. I still need to make the Milan Spiller video. But I got time. I got the games. Let me think. What, tomorrow I'm streaming the games, obviously. So I'll be doing that early. So I'll be streaming this again for another couple of days at least. But I imagine we get some people in the later parts in this. Watch it back. I think we get a surprising amount of people do watch these games back. Young Jay, Young Keanu. 4 years, man. Really is insane. Like, 44% accuracy is bad. I don't know how he had so many touchdowns. Which is bad act. Alright, there we go. I'm happy with that. We got some notes on all of them. We got our polls up. If you haven't voted, go and vote. My Instagram's actually, I believe, linked in the description, so you can go and do that to your heart's content. We watched some retro tape. We watched some UK tape. We even got a little bit of Italian League tape before our dreams were ruined by Alex. We watched some GFL tape very shortly, but had to stop because of how shit the GFL website is. Please, GFL, make a 5-second skip. Please make a fucking 5-second skip. Yes, that's going to do me here. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was really fun. I actually really enjoyed myself. About 2.5 hours, so not too long. Nothing too crazy, but good nonetheless. And this will probably be the same kind of thing, just installments of about two hours, or maybe do like the receivers and DBs and offensive line in like halves, because there is such a wide amount of players. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow on the ELF streams. I'll see you later.